The College of Health and Human Services has made more modifications to the college's international requirement in light of the pandemic. The waiver that was announced earlier this year for students graduating in August 2021 or before has been extended. An updated chart will help you discern what the international requirement waiver means to you specifically. If you're expected to graduate in August 2022 or before, you are eligible for the waiver. Any student graduating in August 2022 or prior will not be required to complete any international travel to satisfy the international requirement. CHHS has curated a list of SDSU courses that have similar learning outcomes to the international travel component of the requirement. Eligible students will be provided this list of courses to select one to fulfill the international requirement. Once a course is selected, students will then complete a RAR form and email it to chhsintl@sdsu.edu. If a student has already taken one of the approved courses, they do not need to take an additional course to fulfill the international requirement. If a student has completed all their GE explorations, A, B, and C, and the cultural diversity requirement, they also do not need to take an additional course to fulfill the international requirement. These students will complete a RAR form and email it back to the same person, chhsintl@sdsu.edu. In the special considerations section of the RAR, those students should write, "Due to COVID-19, I have been granted an international requirement waiver by CHHS." CHHS will not be running any HHS 350 trips this summer 2021, and it is likely that SDSU will not be running any faculty-led programs during summer 2021. There may be independent programs, service learning, internship, or programs with coursework running abroad this summer, and we encourage students to look into the risks, follow the U.S. State Department's guidance before choosing to do one of these programs. The list of approved alternatives spans many subjects, and many of the courses also fulfill GE requirements, some even 2 GE requirements in addition to the international requirement. HHS 350 is a very popular course amongst our students and fulfills 3 requirements: international, explorations B, and the cultural diversity requirement. Typically, it requires a 9-day international trip in addition to an online course. Due to COVID-19, CHHS has made adjustments and will not require any international travel, and the course will be fully online. HHS 350 requires a hidden scheduling code to add the class. This course list and the HHS 350 hidden scheduling code will be sent to eligible students via email. Here is an example of a RAR form. In the top portion, students will fill out their personal information, including red ID, major, and expected graduation date. Students who need to take a course to fulfill the international requirement and those who have been given a full waiver will complete the special considerations section a little bit differently. For students who need to complete a course, in the special considerations section of the RAR form, students should write, "I am requesting that." This is where they insert the course that they are planning to take, fulfill the international requirement. For example, if you are going to take Dance 382, you would write, "I am requesting that Dance 382 fulfill the international requirement." For students eligible for a complete international requirement waiver, please write, "Due to COVID-19, I have been granted an international requirement waiver by CHHS." Completed RARs must be emailed to the International Programs Coordinator at chhsintl@sdsu.edu. They will then be signed and sent to advising and evaluations. Once your RAR has been received and processed by advising and evaluations, you will see a note at the bottom of your degree audit report, similar to the one posted on 9/25/2020 in the image above. The note means you have satisfied the international requirement and do not need to do anything else. If you are taking a course to fulfill the requirement, the green check mark next to the international experience on your degree audit report will not appear until you successfully complete the course you have selected to satisfy the requirement.